Right. I'm Lenny Main. This is the Easy Fill hanging basket. It's the last hanging basket you'll ever buy, the biggest basket you'll ever build, the best hanging basket in the street. There's no liners, no rusting, no rotting, no moss, no mess. No root disturbance, less watering, bigger, better, longer, stronger, later flowering baskets. It's as simple as this. If you build your own hanging baskets, you will eventually replace your hanging baskets with the Easy Fill hanging baskets. We'll guarantee it. It's just too easy. Your hanging baskets are guaranteed. Who can guarantee hanging baskets? We can. We can show you what you've been doing wrong in the past and why we've eradicated every single problem you have with your hanging baskets. We'll start right from the start. They are 14 inches in size. They're not as big as they look. They look bigger, but they are only 14 inches in size. They're made with a virgin plastic. They're made in the UK. We'll guarantee them for 10 years they'll never crack or go brittle. You will water your baskets less. In the bottom of the basket here is a built-in reservoir. The closed sides maintain the moisture. The closed sides also deflect the wind. You'll physically water them less. They do dry out slower. What we do to start was take a little bit of water retaining granules or gel and we place it in the base of the basket right there, purely for peace of mind. Every single plant will send roots down to that part, so if that stays moist, your hanging basket will stay moist as well. Using a quality hanging basket compost, try and find a name brand in the garden centres is much better than their own either multi-purpose compost or even their own basket and container plants. Then we start building. This is the size of the root ball we recommend you use. They're available in every garden centre or DIY store in the country. They're perfect. You do get smaller, you can use smaller. This size of root ball we found is the size you want to use though. Fits in nicely, sits in the neck of the plant, the neck of the plant sits in the neck of the gate. We take the gate and we slide it down and we lock it in. The gap is actually designed to take up to a 9 centimetre pot. 9 centimetre pots are the biggest pots that they grow hanging basket plants in. Million bells, surfinias, bacopas, fuchsias, geraniums, to name but the 5 top selling basket plants. We all use them, we all buy them, we put them in the top of our hanging baskets. Do you ever wish you could get them into the side of the hanging basket? With the Easy Fill hanging basket you can do exactly that. The lattice gate is actually the most important part of this hanging basket. It's one of the reasons why you won't find them on the shelves at the garden centres. It's the most important part of the hanging basket and the reason they don't sell them. Why is that? Let me show you. You picked up this hanging basket tomorrow in the garden centre, the first thing you're actually going to think is, how does the water and the soil stay inside the basket with all those holes through the lattice gates? It's quite simple as this. We'll show you exactly why it works. You take this compost just now, it's loose and it's dry. The majority of quality composts are loose and dry. It's so that the first time you water them is when it releases the nutrients, the feeds, and of course the natural water retention as well. But because it's loose and dry, we can force that through there just now. You see the soil going through it, of course it is, it's loose and dry. First time you water your hanging basket, it's no longer loose or dry. You will use less water and you will lose less water because that hanging basket compost maintains its moisture. If it maintains its moisture, it takes less watering. Full basket plants, once again, into the side of the basket. Take the gate, slide it down, lock it in. So why is the gates latticed? Simple. You ever notice at the end of the season, when your hanging basket plants at the top of your basket are still fully flowering, as we call full potential, so they go right out as big as they can and they flower right through at the end of the season, the plants around the outside of the baskets don't do that. Reason number one, obviously the root disturbance you do to the plant in the first place is not good for it, but that's not the biggest problem. The biggest problem is that when you do eventually get it into the side of your basket and using a liner, you've now physically stopped that root ball from breathing. That root ball needs to breathe as much as it needs water. No breathing, that's why your plants around the outside of your baskets don't do as well as they normally do, as the plants at the top of the basket do. So no more squidging and squodging, squeezing or squashing, no more steam coming out your ears, no more water running down your cheeks. And I haven't swore once, and can you honestly say that's exactly how you build your own hanging baskets? When you are squidging and squodging and squeezing and squashing those plants at the side of the basket, you're not actually building the basket that's in front of you. You're actually building a hanging basket in your head. Every single one of us will pray every year, this year, this year, this year. Does it ever happen in real life? Can you see where the Easy Fill hanging basket will never fail to do exactly that? Time saving is very important, obviously. Obviously your plant saving is very important as well. Add it all up though, what it really comes down to is If you build your own hanging baskets, you know that the hanging baskets is the crown jewels of the garden. You want to make it as easy and as successful as you possibly can. The Easy Fill hanging basket does that for you. So there's 12 plants around the outside. There's 6 plants on the top of the basket. Your hanging basket will create a 3-foot ball using Busy Lizzies. If you use bigger plants like Sophinias, million bells, bacopas, fuchsias, geraniums, etc., you will create hanging baskets that you see outside the pubs and hotels. You ever wondered how they do them? Now you know. So how much are they and where can we get them? The Easy Fill hanging basket is not available just everywhere. We produce this hanging basket in the UK. We make it from virgin plastic, which is why we're happy to put a 10-year guarantee in place with the Easy Fill hanging basket. They are £10 each. The special offer is simple, the 3 for £25. As value for money goes, you'll understand if anybody here has a pile like this at the bottom of their garden. Yeah, everybody does. Why are they lying at the bottom of the garden? Because they never worked. The Easy Fill hanging basket you will use for 10 years and above and beyond that. As for the top of the basket, don't stop what you're doing. Just don't change what you're doing. A little bit of advice I will give you though, 6 plants is better than 8, 10 or 12. 6 plants will go once again to full potential. When you start putting more in, all they do is slow each other down. And trust me, 12 only does the same job as 6. Thank you very much for listening. If you'd like to try them, we'll get them into a bag for you right now. Comes with a full set of instruction leaflet. My phone number, name and address, email address and website is all on the instruction leaflet. Thank you very much. No else to say.